welcome. We have a special guest here today, Drumeo Dave.
Hello.
So Dave and I were chatting about drums and piano players.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest, I think, struggles for piano players, myself included, is rhythm.
Yes.
Which is terrible.
Timing and rhythm.
Timing and rhythm, especially for me counting.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible counter. So I thought Dave could come in because drummers always have the best hand independence when they convert to piano.
Yeah, you know, I'm a beginner piano player, and I know that's not what probably the viewers want to hear when they're clicking on a piano lesson, but I'm a drummer. I've been drumming for basically my whole life, and I've been teaching drums for a long time. And when I made the transition to start learning piano, I realized that the rhythms and the independence, they came so easy to me.
It's not even fair.
I remember showing Lisa some songs that I was working on. She's like, how are you doing that with your right hand, your left hand? I'm like, that's easy, isn't it? And I didn't realize that to a lot of piano players, rhythm and basic rhythmic independence is actually pretty tough. So that's why I'm here.
Yay!
Hopefully my drumming insights can help you piano players out there.
So excited.
Yeah.
So we've got some rhythms Dave has kindly put together for us, which you'll be able to download below. So if you want to print them off, you can work on them. So we're just going to dive into the very first one, and we're going to get some tips for, first of all, what to do when you see a crazy rhythm, and how to go about figuring out how to play it.
Perfect. So let's get right into it. Now, I put these together for beginners. They should be hopefully very easy. As a drummer, they're very, very rudimental or very simple exercises. Very basic rhythmic stuff. And we're not talking about finger independence either here. That's a completely other lesson that maybe I can teach or you can teach or one of the piano instructors can teach us. But I'm going to just talk about basic right and left hand independence. And when I started playing, I learned my chords and I learned how to play a bass note in my left hand or an octave in my left hand. And from there, I applied these rhythms to it and I could play almost any song.
It's ridiculous.
It's really, really cool. So let's start with the first one here. The first one's very easy. I have these notated in a progression that's very fun, I guess. Coldplay, Scientist, like it's a common progression. So I'm going to play it in that, but you can start anywhere. And it does not matter where you play or the progression or the chords you play. It's all about the independence. In fact, I'm even going to tap it out for the piano, on the piano for you.
Okay.
But the first one is actually very simple. We're going to play this in a B minor. Okay, and I'm actually going to scoot down here if you don't mind.
That's all right, Dave.
So the main idea for the first exercise is just right, left, right, left, right, left. It's in drumming, that's called a single stroke roll, all right? And it's basically right, left, right, left. Let's just start by playing that on the piano. I'm gonna play a B minor, whatever you guys wanna play. It's totally cool, but here we go. Okay, so just start with whatever chord you want. Of course, I'm playing the B minor here, but just get that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and with it just left hand.
So the ones that are close together are the 1 and the and.
Yes.
And 3 and 4 and
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And your left hand, or your right hand, sorry, is just playing quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you play this in the progression, I'm gonna choose a very simple pop progression. I'm gonna go from B minor to G to D to A.
Okay.
Okay. When you do that, you're gonna wanna make sure that when you play that and 1 and, that 4 and into the 1, that's where you're gonna switch to the next chord. I'll play it really slow for you so you can hear it. This is Scientist from Coldplay. Make sense?
Yes, and I wouldn't naturally have gravitated toward that rhythm pattern.
Really?
No, but I'm going to now.
It works for almost any song that I've tried, or any progression. If you start in C, you can do the same thing.
You can do that in any situation.
It works. Now the cool thing is, this is a tip that drummers I think all know already. I don't know if piano players do, but you could practice rhythm stuff outside of the piano. You don't have to be sitting here, although it definitely sounds better, but you can tap, okay? So what I want to challenge you to do, Lisa, try it along with me. Let's just tap this out on the piano because at the end of the day, it's hand independence here that we're working on. So the right hand's just doing quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get the upbeats, the ands going on your left hand.
So ands are upbeats.
Ands are upbeats.
We don't talk about upbeats in piano, Dave.
You need to open up your mind.
The ands are upbeats. beats.
Here we go. So
Okay.
1 and
Oh,
2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now let's get the 1 in there.
I got too complicated.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2.
That's
and 4.
weird. Oh, I think I have it now. 4 and
There you go.
And 4 and look at me go.
You got it.
So I think it's important to mention that like it was just tricky. I had to really focus to do a simple rhythm. So when you're working on this, even if you played the piano before and are comfortable with this instrument, when you're asking your hands to coordinate in a different way than you ever have before, it's going to be very hard and you will probably fail the first few tries, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Again, as for drummers out there, I'm like, that's easy. But piano players you're focusing on your fingers, you're focusing on your technique,
Yes.
your speed, your dexterity, the tuck around,
Yes.
reading sheet music, circle of fifths, melody, harmony, so many other things.
All the piano words you know, Dave.
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm
good.
going through the piano foundation. But for drummers, that's all they focus on is independence and feeling time and the space between notes. So, so yeah, work on tapping it out. You can tap it on your legs. You don't have to use a piano, whatever you want. And then when you go to your keys, and you don't have to start with octaves. Just start with a C, just even like this.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and yeah.
All right, let's move on. You have the idea. You have the concept. Number 2 is basically just an expansion off of number 1. So instead of going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you're going to play that little 3-note group or whatever you want to call it twice within the bar. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. If I go back to my B minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and get your right hand in there.
This one's gonna be tricky.
Tap it out. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay?
Look at, maybe I should take up drumming.
You should have been a drummer, Lisa. Here it is, just with the C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and choose a different progression.
Okay.
Get the idea?
I do. That's fabulous.
All right, let's move on. Number 3, a little bit trickier now. We're getting into dotted notation.
No, not dotted notation.
Don't worry about counting. Your left hand is simply going to be playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
What?
on the B minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
Okay.
Get that one?
Yeah, that one would take some practice.
let's tap it out.
Okay.
1 and 4. 1,
Whoa.
2 and 3 and 4.
did wrong.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and
Oh, okay.
on just the C. This one I actually really like. You can get quite quick with it.
Ooh.
Right? Just another rhythmic pattern that you can apply to any progression, and that'll fit a different feel. Right?
Yeah, that feels like kind of intense.
Kind of intense. You can play a little softer.
Can you, Dave?
They always joke as a drummer I play very loud.
It's so
I'm used to hitting
loud.
skins with sticks, and now I'm trying to play piano, so I apologize. Let's move on to the last one, though. The last one's going to flip what we did in number 3, left hand and a right hand. This one's a little bit
Okay,
tougher.
that's not fair.
Just bear with me.
Okay.
I'm sure you'll be able to do it. So your left hand is basically going to be doing quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
1, 2,
That seems
3,
reasonable.
4. Okay, we can all do that. Right? Our right hand is going to be doing quite a bit more. It's going to be going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E. And I like what she was doing there. Lisa, you were singing along to it already, putting melody into your head. That's perfect. Now let's get your left hand going chord notes.
I can get-
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh no! Oh no.
That's tough. That's
Okay.
tough. Let's go a little slower.
Okay.
Left hand first.
1, 2.
3,
This has to keep going. I have to
4.
pretend it.
1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and.
I think I got it. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay. Let's try that on the piano real quick.
Okay.
Chord notes.
Set the stage. Okay.
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 So when you hear it in context, it might make a little more sense, but take your time, count it out, isolate it, and then practice it on your knees, practice it on your piano.
Oh,
And if I play that on the C, different progression. There's 4 for you. Should get you going. If you learn these and internalize them and apply them to any progression you want, I guarantee you, you can put some really cool songs together. You can play almost any song there is, and you can change the feel quite a bit by going from the first idea, the first concept, to the 4th concept.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can I go practice some rhythms now?
Hopefully it helped.
It'll help.
Don't call me out on my bad finger technique.
I was going to talk about your finger
I'm a
technique.
beginner piano player.
We'll talk later about that.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.